Hello and welcome to our first ever episode of TEDx Dupree Park. Hey, you guys, it's the first time we're doing this and it's a fairly new tool using StreamYard here to do the broadcast. Please let me know in the comments if you can hear me and see me, and let me know where you're coming into from today. I'd love to know who is out in our audience that's joining us for our very first ever TEDxDupreeParkTV premiere. Boy, things got a little sideways with all the coronavirus pandemic and the shutdown. We were gung-ho and blazing strong for our May event, for our May live TEDx Dupree Park, but things got a little sideways. And so we're not quite making that, but we're going to be bringing you our speakers, our sponsors, our coaches, our team members, introducing you to different people and wonderful ideas from around the planet, because it gives us a lot more room to expand now to even bring in more experts and more people who will help us to seed greatness. And with that, I'd like to bring in the man who is responsible for all of this, and that is our organizer, Steve Monahan. So let's see if we can find Steve out here in our stream. Here we go. Steve,
Hey,
you are with us today. Thank you so much. The people in the TEDx community are so grateful that you have gotten this TEDx rolling. You're bringing these wonderful ideas to the world. Give us a little bit of your background and how it is that you came to launch this TEDx Dupree Park.
Okay, let's see. I've lived in Woodstock about 30 years. I was a corporate executive, and about 10 years ago, I was given a few months to live, and obviously I'm still here through grace. And I wound up starting a food pantry for pets. I always had a infinity for animals, and after I survived, I just decided to leave the corporate world and try to just make this a better world. So loving animals, that's what I wanted to do. And then so we did that for a while, and then we expanded from the food pantry to death row animal rescue. Then we started writing books, and now we're moving in to try to be a voice, a global voice for what I call the innocents, the animals, the children, the planet, the pets. Try to be a voice for that, build stage so others can share it. I was trying to do it myself and realized that's just not the best way to go, to bring in others, to bring in a full circle of compassion. So that's why we've started this, to be a global voice. And my God, is it ever needed right now with all that's going on? So it's just rather fortuitous that this thing came along.
Boy, that is so true. And you're exactly right. I can't think of a time when we've needed to be talking about these big ideas, seeding greatness. I know there's an old proverb that kind of inspired our theme that you had shared. Would you like to share that with us, please?
Yeah, I'm Irish, but there's an old Greek quote that says, societies grow and flourish when its elders, and I count as that, when its elders plant trees that they know they'll never sit under. And so that was really the thing of it. I've reached 7 decades now, and you get to the point where you want to give back. You have the opportunity to give back. And so I, instead of retiring, I just keep pushing forward. So I wanted to do the TEDx, and our theme is seeding greatness. So it's, planting trees for the future. And it's really a metaphor. TED is all about ideas worth sharing. And that's what we are about, great ideas that are worth sharing. Again, about the planet, the animals, all sentient beings. And there could be no better stage or brand. And to be able to do that right out of here in Woodstock, Georgia, we want to take the great ideas that are here and share them with the world. And we want to get great speakers across the U.S. and we were going to have across the globe, but can't do that right now, and let them share their ideas into Woodstock. So it's kind of just a symbiotic way of creating a stage at this time to bring better and more enlightened ideas into this world. Can't hear you.
Hear me better when my mute is not on. Yes.
Yeah, that works.
So I know that our organizing entity is Green Pets America, a charity that you founded, a 501c3. Explain how that organization is, explain please how people can help us in TEDx Dupree Park with funding through Green Pets charities.
Okay. TEDx requires that the organizer, in order to get the license, that they have a nonprofit organization. They don't want corporations or rich individuals funding these type of things. They don't want them monopolizing the ideas. They want this to be independent. So they feel comfortable with nonprofits. And ours is a 501c3. It's been since 2004. And we've been recognized by the state of Georgia, the city of Woodstock. We are Gold Star rated, so we have high credibility. So that helped us in the approval. So the money is going into a nonprofit. I can't make money out of this. No one can make money. Everybody's a volunteer. We get donations from corporate sponsors, individual sponsors. So the money is going to the 501c3, and we have separate bank accounts set up for it. And that's how this is involved. It's everything to be, for the local communities and keep it above board. And it's kind of how we're set it up.
Fantastic. Well, that's great. Well, I know we'll be hearing from some of our sponsors today and from someone who is very active in recruiting sponsors for us. So I'd like to bring her on now, and that's Bhavna Mutta. Let's bring her on now. Bhavna, welcome aboard today. How you doing?
Hey team, I'm doing awesome. And Gina, thank you so much. This is such a great show that you can feel the energy of the TEDx here in here today. So I was really lucky to hop on with the team and bring on some exciting sponsors. And I have to tell you this, as we go on, talking to people about TEDx in Woodstock. I've been living in Woodstock 17 years. The excitement is amazing to have such a great platform here in Woodstock itself. And this is more than just TEDx, it's got community with purpose. Steve has got very good message going out there. So it's an honor and privilege to bring sponsors on and more excitement to the team.
Oh, yes, it's wonderful. Well, you've certainly brought a lot of energy to our program and to the whole TEDx Dupree Park community. What is it that got you so excited about our program, about TEDx Dupree Park?
So the very first day when I went on, it was just an early morning coffee stroll. And I heard Steve speaking for a few minutes, and he went to the core idea. And, the thing is, like, in life, there is not a whole lot that we need, and we should be more giving in the society, to remember his exact words. And that was like, this is just perfect. It aligns with my belief system. And then thereon, it was like a snowball effect that Mike mentions all the time. It spread like fire. And the best part of this TEDx, I want to say, is we are vouching on veganism, which, you have such great ideas about vegan diet and all of that. That was one thing that got me rolled on. The speakers on here talking about veganism, myself being vegetarian, it was a close call, and I gave my 100% and just jumped in.
Wonderful. Well, yes, a lot of our speakers will be talking about animal-related issues, the ethics of eating animals, the health, all of so many issues that, yes, I'm very passionate about. And yes, our goal is to make our TEDx event, the first vegan TEDx in the world. We don't know of any others. And now that things have been delayed, who knows who might be doing this before us? Certainly in the world right now, there's a lot of people who are not eating as much meat because it's not available. So that's good. That's good in my book. And I think that a lot of people will discover the benefits of not eating animals.
Yes, absolutely. So that was a big kick for me in here. You got dynamic speakers, and I'm just looking forward to the real TEDx. Can't wait.
Well, wonderful. Well, now I know when you're not out recruiting sponsors for us, you are a pharmacist and you have a very vibrant Facebook group. Could you just tell me a little bit about your Facebook group and your pharmacy work?
Yes, absolutely. So pharmacy is a noble profession. I just love it to the core bottom. Been doing it for 20 years. And I have been a part of a pharmacist moms group, which has about 35,000 pharmacists across the United States. It's a group recognized by Facebook in the top 100 groups over the world. The activity on there is constantly booming and zooming. And with this COVID scenarios, I have to tell you one example. There was a doctor fighting for life, and they made a lot of posts about him needing some treatment options. And I believe they were able to get the plasma he was looking for. So I happen to have expertise in moderating the group. I work closely with the founder of the Pharmacist Moms Group. We were the first ones in the United States to celebrate Women Pharmacists on October 12th. A lot of newspapers, Pharmacy Times have collaborated about that. So I'm constantly engaged in brainstorming the pharmacy world and how to make this better for the human society and community and all of that. So that's my passion.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Bhavna. It's great to have you on the team. You just bring such a spark of energy and you're just spreading the good word. If someone wanted to become a sponsor, what's the best way for them to find out more about being a sponsor for TEDx Dupree Park?
So our website has all the details. It's very easy the way the team is coordinated. Our webpage is very well done. All you do is click onto the sponsorship page. You have the details. There are a couple of different options. Any bit and every bit that you add on with this TEDx it's going to help us in a large way. I can tell you this, this has become such a big part of my life, knowing the speakers, the team. So sponsoring such a great event is an opportunity that everybody should make use of. And it could be a smaller sponsorship, a larger donation, be a presenting sponsor. I bet post-COVID, when we go live with this TEDx, it's going to go global. I'm very confident about that.
Oh, I am too, with the amazing speakers that we have lined up, including some of which will be joining us today. All right. Well, Bhavna, thank you so much. Really appreciate you. And I'm going to put you back out of the broadcast stream right now. And I did want to do a quick screen share here and see if I can show you guys our website. This is fairly new technology for me, but I'm loving it. It's a wonderful program called StreamYard. That's what we're using to broadcast today. And I'm hoping that you guys can see our website right there. You'll know you're in the right place if you get this little pop-up asking you for your name and email. But this will help you stay informed about the different events that are going on with TEDx Dupree Park. So right there, as she was mentioning at the top, is real easy. You can click donate. It'll take you right to a little donate button right there. You can just put in whatever amount you'd like, and you can get all of the sponsorship details from us. So let me know in the chat if you can see this okay. We have all of our speakers there, our team members, our store. I think somebody later might be wearing some of our store merchandise. You saw Steve wearing one of our caps. We have a huge team working hard to put this all together. And so plenty of opportunities for you to plug in and find out more. All right, very good. Well, with that, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. There we go. And I'm going to bring in one of our amazing speakers, just one of our amazing speakers, the amazing Mr. Terry Brock. Terry, thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, I'm glad to be here and be part of it.
Oh boy. Well, Terry, you have quite a distinguished background. You're in the Hall of Fame for professional speakers. You're the former global, let's see, let me get all these titles right because there's chief enterprise blogger for Skype, the former editor-in-chief for the networking exchange blog for AT&T. And then just recently you were the ACE Global Solutions. What was your title with ACE?
Chief Retail Advisor.
Chief Retail Advisor for ACE Global. Wow, that's so fantastic. Well, I know this actually is not going to be your first TEDx. You've done one before.
Yes, I was privileged to be part of the Boca Raton TEDx, a great group of people. I love the idea of TEDx. It's giving a message that can profoundly change the world, ideas that change the world, and being able to deliver this in an environment with a great group of people to really work on changing the world. And we need it now more than ever.
Absolutely. Well, what will you be talking about at this TEDx?
I'm going to be talking about a way of thinking that will help you to face whatever is going on. We get constantly hit with new ideas and new changes and challenges. We're seeing that right now with the COVID-19 virus that's hitting us. But there's a way that we can handle it, and a certain way of thinking, moving from no way can I do that to a magical phrase of not yet. The not yet contains within it the seed to be able to do it. I'm building on the work of some wonderful psychologists like Carol Dweck and many others who have come up with the idea of a growth mindset to say, I can't do it right now. I'm not going to jump up and down and say, yes, I can, but we'll be willing to put in the time, the money, the energy. If you can do that and embrace that acceptance and that mindset, then you're going to be able to face whatever happens coming in the future.
Well, I love that mindset. It certainly helped me a lot. For those of you who don't know, Terry and I are not only working together on the TEDx, but we are business and romantic partners. We've been together for quite a number of years, and you've helped me so much with that thinking. And it's just my automatic reply now to most anything someone asks me, have you done this or do you know that? Not yet.
It's a good phrase because it really is optimistic. It's hopeful. And it's saying, okay, I can't do it right now, but if I'm willing to put in the effort to read, to take the courses, to watch the videos, to get the coaches, maybe get the mentors, do whatever it takes to do this particular task. If someone else can do it, then there's a good chance I might be able to, or at least it's worth exploring. So instead of saying, oh no, I can't do that. Oh, I can't do this. You start spiraling downward in a negative flow. But if instead you're going, I can't do it yet. You're not lying to yourself. You can't do it yet. And that's the key word, yet.
Absolutely. Well, Terry, thank you so much for joining us. Is there anything you'd like to share with our viewers right now? I know you're doing a lot of thinking about the opportunity that is presented in this time of such difficulty, but for you and some of your colleagues, certainly for me, our businesses are rocking right now because we've been laying the groundwork for working online and working globally for many years here. But is there something you'd like to share with our viewers about your perspective on how you think things are going to roll out over the next few months and years?
Well, I don't know how it's going to roll out. I don't know that. My batteries are dead in my little crystal ball. I've tried to get them growing, but they're just not doing so well. But I do know this. In the past, our ancestors have had problems. They've had insurmountable challenges, and they figured out ways to get ahead. They've been figuring out ways to make it work, and they found out what didn't work. And I think we're seeing a major decisive change in our world right now. That's going to create some challenges. There's going to be some sadness, but there's also a lot of opportunity there. I love the way Napoleon Hill said it. He said that each setback carries with it the seed of equal or greater benefit. And right now, like for instance, look at restaurants. They're not able to do business because they can't put as many people in there. Even when they open them up, if they say you need 6 feet separation, which is a really good idea, by the way, that means they can't get as much. But what about increasing more delivery, more takeout, more opportunities that people can learn in other ways? And with video presentations, instead of like many professional speakers that I work with, and I am, instead of going physically to a location and presenting, maybe it's time to start thinking about using even more with video that can be exciting, dynamic, and even facilitate even more learning process. So we've got some tremendous opportunities. We've got to remain open-minded, resilient, and keep thinking. We're going to move from no way to not yet. And when you come to TEDx Dupree Park, we're going to tell you exactly how to do that.
Oh, well, what a way to end your segment today, Terry. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. You've helped us all think about things in a different way and certainly leaving us with more optimism, I think, than many of us probably came in here.
Thank you so much. Great to be with you.
Well, thank you, Terry. Bye-bye. Okay, well, next we have another one of our amazing speakers coming up, and that is Emmy Award winner, Aurea McGarry. Aurea, welcome.
Hi, Gina. Good to see you. How are you doing through all this quarantine?
Oh my goodness, I'm doing just fine. I was a bit self-quarantined even before. Terry and I travel a good bit, but if I wasn't traveling, I really was at home working most of the time, or maybe out for a walk or going down to the Y for a little bit of a workout, which I can't do right now. But otherwise, it's business as usual for me. How about for you?
Oh, absolutely. I don't mind being quarantined as far as I work at home as well, but I do miss everybody and all the networking, I'm a hugger, so we are not okay as far as that goes. But it's definitely different, but has to be done. And you know my story, where my family is being very protective over me because of half of both my lungs were removed during my cancer surgery, and this being a lung problem and a lung virus, that we can't take any chances with me. So I don't mind hunkering down and doing everything virtual, which has opened up a whole new world with everybody joining our virtual group, because we've been doing virtual for so long anyway.
Yes, I've noticed you're doing some coffees with Aurea. What are these different events that you're doing virtually that people might be able to plug into?
Well, you know, I'm a networker by love. My heart is people. So I want people to feel connected through all this. And so I'm doing coffee with Aurea at 10 a.m. on Friday mornings. Totally no rules. It's not a networking group. It's just, come on, what do you need? What does your community need? Can we help? Can we serve somebody lunch with an Uber Eats delivery because they're in need? It's just kind of like warm hugs. And we're just kind of sharing ideas just very informally. But I also do a lot of networking and training, just keeping us all in the loop, keeping us all connected, eyeball to eyeball. And virtually, you know what's happened? I'm being in the room with people from Australia, California, Canada. They're joining us from all over the place, when before I only got to see these people maybe once every couple of years, if that. And now we're seeing each other all the time. I mean, how cool is that? So
yes, it's in a short period of time. It's basically like the world got really smaller and really bigger all at once, right?
It absolutely did. I think it really has gotten smaller, and how much better our messages can get out there, and our messages of hope. I don't know. I'm sure you're the same way. Our TEDx whole team is such a positive influence in this world in so many ways, that all I'm seeing, I mean, I know the virus is there and it's detrimental. There's a lot of bad, but I keep seeing all the good. I see all these helping hands. I see people shutting down their plants to make masks. I see, you know, men and women in their homes sewing and they've never sewn before, or delivering meals. I just see so much good. It's absolutely incredible. So on the one hand, we've never seen a pandemic like this in our lifetime. And on the other hand, I've never seen the world so small and so living their legacy. And, you know, that's my talk and my dream, that people live their legacy on purpose, living today like we don't have tomorrow. And this has kind of brought that to everybody's forefront, because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. And none of us get out of this life alive, and we don't know how long it's going to be. So making everyday quality, making it your best legacy, being helpers to others, even if it means just picking up the phone and giving a call to somebody saying, hey, I'm thinking about you. How are you doing? And reaching out. It's not all about, gosh, I don't have any money to give to anybody. That's okay. You have love, you have light, you have wisdom. You know, pick up the phone, pick up a Zoom call. And now I just see that in such a huge way. I see the world right now living their legacy like I've never seen it before, on such a massive scale, that it is absolutely breathtaking, and it's absolutely miracles in the making. So that part I'm loving, and I'm praying for everybody else that this pandemic goes away and just never shows its face again. Pray for a miracle. I'm just wanted to that part to be over for sure.
Oh, I hear you. And of course, that is where I met you many years ago with your Live Your Legacy program. You were doing it here in Orlando, and I nominated one of our mutual friends, Kathleen Hawkins. And Yes, that's where I met you. And boy, I think somebody nominated me too. I don't really
Yes,
remember.
they did. You were there. You were an honoree. Of course. It was great. The Live Your Legacy Summit's been such a hit. And I just love shining the spotlight on nonprofits. And you guys were talking before about the love of animals. I mean, I fit right in. If you watch my Facebook Live today, I show you all my sugar gliders and they're crawling all over me. And I had a kangaroo as a pet, and I don't live in Australia. It's when I lived in Florida and here in Georgia. But I won my Emmy Award, my little girl dream, for having a talk show without a voice, without a vocal cord nerve, because they took that out during my cancer. So they told me I'd never speak again. I won an Emmy for having a talk show, but with my co-stars was the Noah's Ark Zoo. And so here I am doing what I love doing and having animals as the spotlight. This woman who's rescued 2,000 animals. And I was in a place with a lion and a tiger and a bear. Oh my. I got hugged by monkeys and kissed by cougars. And I could not have had my dream come true in more vivid life than for my highest award happening by me loving on animals and showing a nonprofit that loves on them too. It was just incredible. So just keep on believing in whatever it is you want to have happen in your life. Live your legacy to its fullest, because you never know what today's going to bring, what tomorrow's going to bring.
Oh boy, that's so true. And yes, your show on Noah's Ark, how wonderful the animal rescue that they did there. And so they're on the south side of Atlanta. I was working with a lot of rescue groups on the north side of Atlanta in Cherokee County about the same time, I believe. What year was your show?
It won. That was like 2010.
Yeah. Okay.
Flies for sure. And there's a lot of animal rescues here in Georgia, which gives a good name to all of this, big cats, what's happening, because there's so many good people that are not shown in the media, that are doing good things, that are treating animals right, and that are rescuing them, not taking them out of captivity and putting them into captivity, but letting their wildlife habitats being huge and big and just like they would have in the wild, but saving them because they rescued animals that like dealers have been trying to steal, and they fall out of trucks and they're in the middle of the road. That happened to the zebra here in Georgia. Evidence, a zebra fell out of a truck. They were stealing them, fell out in the middle of I-85, and somebody found them and brought them over to the zoo. And that poor zebra needed so many surgeries, so much help. So they actually helped keep that beautiful animal alive and well for many years when somebody was trying to do something very terrible to him.
Oh, that's awful.
Imagine driving down the road and you see a zebra that fell out of a truck from these people that are trying to steal the zebra. It's crazy. So there's crazy people out there, but on the other hand, there's even more great people out there doing good things to make our world and our globe, it was Earth Day the other day, making our Earth a better place.
Exactly. Well, Aurea, can you, I can't imagine driving down the road and seeing a zebra out on the side of the road. That would be very wild. But Aurea, give us just a little idea here. I don't want to go into full presentation. Of course, we're not planning for that today, but just give us a little idea of what you're going to be talking about at our TEDx.
Well, it's kind of about what I just said, but we have a little twist to it, which I will not say because they're going to have to come to hear it. But it is about living an obsessed legacy life, because we all have a life to live, and you have special gifts, special talents, and special hidden parts of you that need to come out. And I'm going to talk to you about how you can do it in a very special way where you can live your best life. So when the time comes, when your story is over, that you won't have any regrets. You won't be sitting there saying, oh, I wish I had tried. I wish I had done that. Oh my gosh, give me more time. I need more time. You will be living so on purpose every day that when that time comes, that it's over, you will have lived a bigger, more fulfilled life and touched more people around you and helped more organizations and people that matter to you. And so I'll give you that special method and that special way at the TEDx. And I'm so glad to be a part of it. It's such a great fit when it has to do with living your life on purpose, living your life big, huge, and without fear. So you can feel the fear, but do it anyway. There's no time like today. And if we've learned anything from this pandemic, today is the day that matters most. Live it, love it, earn more, give more, live more. You can do it. So,
ooh, I love that. Earn more, live more, give more.
Amen. That's my tagline. Earn more so you can live more, so you can give more.
I love it. That's a fantastic philosophy and such an inspiration. I knew this show was going to be inspiring and empowering, and that we were going to really be helping folks as they're dealing with crisis. And, what are they going to do? That I knew that the folks that I was bringing on today would help to uplift them and inspire them. And certainly I couldn't get done a better job with anyone but you, Aurea.
Oh, Gina, your whole lineup, they've got to see the entire lineup of your TEDx Dupree Park. It is absolutely amazing. I am so impressed by all of them, because I got a chance to meet most of them. And I've been looking at them all online. They are so impressive. You and Stephen and the team have done a phenomenal job at hand selecting such a great group of people. Everybody's going to be inspired. Lives are going to be changed. Lives are going to be touched for sure.
Well, thank you so much. Aurea, if folks want to get in touch with you, what's the best website for them to look at, or what's the best way for them to do that?
Well, I'm under Aurea McGarry everywhere, like on YouTube, but Aurea McGarry Productions on Instagram, and Aurea McGarry on Facebook and LinkedIn. Simple.
Okay, well, that sounds easy enough. Thank you so much, Aurea. You take care, and I'll see you around on Facebook and Zoom and other places all over the place.
Awesome. Thank you, Gina. Have a great day.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, well, as we're moving into our next segment, thank you guys so much. And yes, I appreciate all the comments coming in there. You guys can see that I'm bringing them up onto the screen and featuring them. So keep chatting, keep sharing. What's your biggest takeaway from Terry, from Stephen, from Bhavna, from Aurea? And I'd love to feature those on there. And what thoughts are you guys having as a result of our show today? I do want to remind you, hop on over to TEDxDupreePark.com. Let's take a look over there. You can also find the connections, the different social media sites, as well as websites for our different speakers and our team members and our sponsors. So it's a great resource for you. And as well, you can get more information about being a sponsor. You can get more information. You can just click a button and donate to us. That would be fantastic as well. We would really appreciate the help. It's because of the support of our community that we are making the progress that we're making and are going to be able to provide the fantastic TEDx Dupree Park event that we have planned. So with that, let me bring on one of our sponsors here. Here we go. We have Colleen, Kelly Blackwell. Colleen, how are you? Whoops, I'm not hearing you.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Wonderful. And let me turn off our bottom thing so people can see your t-shirt. Can you raise up a little bit there? Yes. Okay. Well, earlier I was showing in the store, the TEDx Dupree Park website, there's a store, and we have all kinds of branded material there that Steve Monahan put together for us, shirts and hats and all kinds of things like that. So I'm so glad to see you wearing that.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. As a shorter female, I always look for shirts that have V-necks that don't make me look shorter than I already am. And I was so excited when I went to the site to support the event. I feel so strongly of the seeds of greatness and what Steve and you all are doing, that I'm here to support in any way, shape, form that I can. We'll be sending actually a couple of our recipients from my foundation, Wintuition, so that they can start to be inspired and know that they have the seeds of greatness within them. That's what we help them to uncover in the type of support that we give them. So anything that we can do, I can do individually as a longtime community member, school educational foundation board member, and so on. I'm all about giving back to those that give to our community in the best ways that we can. And caregivers are the ones that typically don't take care of themselves first because they're caring for others. So that's the type of support that we give. And, it's a hand up, not a hand out, which is just such a beautiful thing. I love what you all are doing. And like I said, anytime I can support it, I'm here to help Steve and Mike and you, Gina, and the rest of the team. I've met so many really cool people, just strictly, Joe that's going to be talking. He and I got together and he needed some energy to be able to teach yoga. So we did social distancing yoga on the park in Woodstock. Bariva, she and I have gotten together before, and just the exchange of energy there between the two of us has been absolutely amazing too. So again, I'm honored. I'm grateful to be a part of it, and whatever I can do to help, I'm here.
Well, fantastic. Well, so you have your foundation as well as you have your company, and your company is sponsoring the TEDx Dupree Park. Tell us a little bit about your company.
Well, the company is actually the nonprofit Wintuition. My personal things that I do a lot of consulting, but that isn't the part that's actually doing the sponsoring. It is Wintuition. And it's about creating those connections of partnership, because that's how we all are successful. When we have the right resource at the right time for our right outcomes, it's amazing the things that we can do, not only for ourselves, but the things that we can do even better for those other people that we serve. So that is wintuition.org. It's a little play on words, because it stands for the intuition to have all parties win at life together, because we're not meant to do it alone. And if people want to go check it out and become a recipient, we've expanded from the single parent community to nonprofit workers, first responders, teachers, and military. And people that are caring for our elders. Those are the folks that we will support. So if you're interested in getting involved, becoming an advisor, an advocate, a partner, a sponsor, there's all kinds of opportunities to give back to those that give to so many as well.
Oh boy, that's fantastic. And I'm sure that your service is more in demand than ever right now.
Extremely, which was kind of interesting, because we were allowed to continue to do what we're doing because we were seen as critical. So when we had sponsors and partners coming to us donating, like Kennesaw State University donated lettuce from their hydroponic labs. A couple of farms that are local that partner with us donated eggs. So, we got in our cars and drove around and left them on people's doorsteps that are a part of our program. And I mean, what better beautiful thing than to have fresh lettuce and fresh eggs that, quite frankly, you can't even get from the grocery store on a regular basis, much less, right now in the times that we're in.
Absolutely. Well, if we wanted to get in touch, Wintuition right there, the website, wintuition.org is a good place to contact you. And you're saying you need advisors. What would the advisors do?
Yeah. So an advisor is somebody that has a life skill or a life experience, because the whole point is matching up that right life experience or life skill with the top 3 areas of stress that an individual is going through at present state. So if somebody can become that advisor in that area of stress, on an average of about 45 days, that person is now to their new normal, and they're through that storm in their life, and they've come out of it even better. So that's really what it is. We all have life experiences. We all have life skills, anywhere from a life skill of learning how to basket weave. I'm going to use that as kind of a funny example, but a life skill of how to make certain things that somebody's trying to make. A life experience of being a single grandparent that's taking care of your grandchildren, because unfortunately your child has ended up in some form of an addiction or dead. There's so many different types of advisors that are needed. And what's just amazing is every single time we have a new recipient, if we don't have an advisor or a partner or a sponsor in that environment, it just comes. It comes. Occasionally we've had to go out and seek it, but that's a rarity. So that tells me that God, the universe, is totally aligned with what we're doing, and we are provided the resources that are needed to support the individuals that are coming to us for this type of support. So it's just, it's a beautiful thing.
Well, wonderful. Well, we're just so excited that you're part of our TEDx Dupree Park. Let's see. Bobna says Brain Tap has helped many people, Colleen. So that's cool too.
Yeah. So there's many different products and services. They're all natural and holistic that we bring to the table to help people thrive in life and not just survive. So thank you, Bernie, for bringing that as an actual tool that is utilized. And if anybody wants any information, by all means, reach out to me. It's Colleen@wintuition.org. That's my email address. And Gina, thank you so much for having me on here, for the energy that you put into this too. It's infectious. I feel it all the way from Florida right here. And I'm, again, really looking forward to having the opportunity to helping in any way that I can.
Well, thank you so much. Appreciate your support. Appreciate you being here with us today and just being part of the community. If you see Joe Gandolfo and you guys are doing some more yoga, social distancing yoga, let us know about it. We'll share it on the TEDx Dupree Park page, and maybe you guys can have a whole group there in downtown Woodstock out in the park having a little social distancing yoga. That would be great.
Yeah. Awesome.
All righty. Well, thank you so much. Take care, and we'll see you around. Okay, gang. Well, as you can see, we're having a lot of fun. Can you believe the amazing, wonderful people that we have as part of our TEDx Dupree Park community? And I'll tell you, it all started from the top with Stephen Monahan as the organizer and the visionary for this group, for this organization, and bringing us all together. He has certainly built an amazing team. You're going to hear from a few more of our folks in just a few seconds. I just want to remind you, go over to TEDxDupreePark.com if you'd like and check things out. You can get more background on our speakers, more information on our sponsors, as well as on our team members. It's an amazing group that's really working hard to bring you this fantastic TEDx Dupree Park. And with that, I'm going to bring on one of our coaches. You know, you may not know, but for those who become TEDx speakers, one of the benefits is to get to work with a coach, somebody who's going to work with you to help you create a fantastic, powerful, impactful presentation for the TEDx stage, which is different than a normal presentation for other groups. So with that, I'm going to bring on Angela Buttimer, who is our one of our coaches today, and she is joining us. You are working with a couple of our speakers, aren't you, Angela?
I am. I am so excited about the speakers that I'm coaching. I'm working with Mark Hayes with Mark Hayes Consulting and Al Lopez with Alma Coffee. And my goodness, Gina, the stories that they are bringing to the TEDx stage are so exciting, and they're going to be so impactful and help so many people. So I'm really excited about that.
Well, I am too. And I'm really thrilled that we have this means through the Facebook Live production that we can get the message out about what they're doing globally, as well as what you're doing with your mindfulness practice. I know you are a master's level counselor. Let me see. Where's your background here? Consultant, corporate trainer, executive coach, master's level licensed psychotherapist, mindfulness and leadership expert, and owner of Atlanta Center for Mindfulness and Well-Being. I tell you, we sure lucked out when we got you on board as one of our coaches.
Aww. Thank you, Gina. I am honored to be a part of that. Just truly excited and love everything that you and the leadership are creating.
Now, let's see. So you have done a TEDx also in 2017. Yours was diffusing stress with Mindful Mojo. And yeah. I know I interviewed you on another show about Mindful Mojo. So tell us a little bit about Mindful Mojo.
Well, I like the term Mindful Mojo over just mindfulness because people misunderstand mindfulness a lot, and they're scared that they're going to lose their edge and get just too zenned out. And it's true that you do become more calm and more clear and more compassionate, but Mindful Mojo also empowers you and builds your resilience. And wow, we need that in today's world now more than ever.
Oh, yes. And you did that TEDx with your husband, Dennis.
Yeah.
What was that like to do a TEDx with another person? I haven't seen many of those.
They're very rare, Gina. And Georgia State University, which is Terry's alma mater too, it's mine and Dennis's alma mater, they got rated number 4 in the country for innovation. So they wanted to bring an innovative talk to the stage, and they were really interested in us doing it as a team. You know, Dennis and I have spoken together. We're in business together for over 20 years. But this was difficult. I will say that because in a TEDx talk, you get one shot. You don't get to edit the film. The TEDx people own it. And if you make a mistake, you throw your partner off if you're speaking with someone else. And so, you know, it was thrilling. It was exciting. We're so passionate about bringing our message to the stage. And it was a little nerve-wracking too. So as a speaker coach, I know what our speakers are going through, and I'm just there to encourage them and support them because I know what valuable messages they're bringing.
Oh, I'm so eager to hear them, and I've looked over their draft scripts and seen some of their video practice sessions that they're doing, and I know they're going to be amazing. So yes, Mark Hayes and Al Lopez, thank you for taking on not just one, but two of our speakers. That's just extraordinary. And Dennis is working with one of our speakers as well, right?
He's working with Joe Gandolfo, and they're having a great time together. They knew each other already through NSA, so they already had a relationship, which is really nice, but they also have a lot in common. So Dennis and I are both really honored to be speaker coaches. I looked at Mark Hayes and Al Lopez and what their topics were and what they were bringing to the table, and I just felt so aligned and passionate about their messages. I just had to take them both on.
Well, I can understand that. It's like going to the buffet and it's like, okay, everything looks so delicious. We got to just pile it on here. Well, now you speak about mindfulness. That's your expertise. And in these stressful times, I'm sure that mindfulness is something that a lot of people either are consciously seeking or probably should be. What's your best tip to share with us that you're seeing today that would really help people in this stressful time?
There's so much, Gina. It's hard for me to whittle it down, but yeah, we are seeing a rise in anxiety and depression for people, especially those who are already predisposed to it. But even those who are not, sometimes it manifests as irritability or addictive behaviors around technology or eating or drinking or things like that. And so it manifests in so many different ways. Insomnia, I was just talking about that on a broadcast earlier this week. So people are experiencing these situations very differently and having a lot of manifestations of anxiety and depression. And so I always get people to go back to basics first and foremost and come back to the breath, because we always have the breath and we always have the body. So if we can start there, just doing some deep breathing in through the nose and bringing it all the way into the belly, really filling that belly up like a balloon, and then a long, slow exhale. Just a few rounds of that engages this parasympathetic nervous system, and it really helps the mind body calm itself. And then also systematically just relaxing the body from head to toe. We hold a lot of tension patterns in the body that sometimes we're not even aware of because we've been doing it for so long. And the other thing that mindfulness can really help people with right now is working with your thoughts and emotions. Mindfulness helps you observe those thoughts rather than fuse with those thoughts and emotions, so you can become more aware of your thoughts and emotions and learn to relate to them more skillfully so that they don't have a hold of you, because it's really easy right now to catastrophize and let your thoughts just get away with you, and all of a sudden you're feeling really terrible and you don't know why. Mindfulness practices really help you step back and witness what's going on in the interior life of thoughts and emotions and take charge of your focus. And that puts you in a place of personal power. And that's where Mindful Mojo is just so incredibly helpful.
Boy, that's great. As I was off screen there, I was doing the exercise as you were describing it. And I already feel more relieved.
Excellent. I love to hear that, Gina.
Oh boy. Well, Angela, I would love to have you give us some more tips, but we do have a couple more guests we need to get on before the top of the hour. Thank you so much. Angela, if people want to get in touch with you, what's the best way for them to contact you?
The best way is on my website, which is pathtobestself.com. PATHTO, bestself.com.
Okay, well, that's fantastic. Thank you so much. And maybe we'll have you back on for another episode. We're planning to do these every couple of weeks here so that we can introduce so many of our members of our community, as well as our expanded now global community. There are a lot of people who wanted to speak on our TEDx stage. In fact, we had about 200 applications. And so now we'll be able to bring some of those folks in that we really wanted to get on the stage, but we could only have just so many. And so we'll be able to work them into our TEDxDupreeParkTV show.
Fantastic. Win-win. Thank you so much, Gina. I appreciate coming on.
Thank you, Angela. Take care. Yes, we're planning to do these every couple of weeks. So if you guys are interested, let us know. And certainly if you already applied to be a speaker with us, you're going to be on our short list of people that we'll be reaching out to bring onto our TV show, in addition to our speakers, our experts, our sponsors, and our team members. So, and our coaches, of course. So just as Angela was right there. All right. So let's see, coming up next, we have Julie Donnelly. Julie, I don't see you in the house here. Let me bring you up and see if there's something I'm missing here. All right, Julie, I don't see you, so we may have to come back to you, but I do see our co-organizer, Mike Sena. Mike, thanks so much for joining us today.
Oh, it's great to be part of this, Gina. Great job. Everybody that's involved with this has been so, I don't know, superlative, incredible. I've met some fascinating people. Steve and I have been friends for a lot of years. We've talked about doing something along this lines, but I got to give it out to Steve. He's the one that went to TED.com. He downloaded the license. He engaged us. He put the team together. And he is our vision for seeding greatness and helping to promote and tap into the energy of the city of Woodstock, Cherokee County, Georgia, and the whole globe.
Yeah, it's just been an amazing effort working together, getting to know you and getting to know Steve better. Now, Steve, I've known for more than a decade, many years. In fact, he's a big part of why I became vegan, because he shared with me the Forks Over Knives book many years ago. And so that was wonderful. We worked together in business brokerage and real estate and several different things. And so now, having gotten to know you, it's wonderful. I didn't mention what you do in real life, but in your when you're not busy helping us find new sponsors for TEDx Dupree Park and negotiate contracts and do all the wonderful things you're doing as a co-organizer, what is it that you're doing these days?
Well, I'm a fee-only certified financial planner, which is kind of a mouthful for some folks, but the bottom line, it ties very much into what we're trying to accomplish with TEDx Dupree Park. Is I try to help people make the most of what they have and live more in the present.
Okay. Well, and there's certainly not a better, I don't know of a better time for that. In fact, separately, you and I have had some conversations that people are thinking, I've got this downtime right now. Maybe it's a good time for me to tie up those documents and do those end of life planning things that really need to be on people's minds all the time, right?
Yeah, it is. And it's, I like to say most of what I do is important, but it's never urgent until it is. So I try to encourage people, once again, make the most of what you have, get your financial house in order, and live more in the present. And the future will take care of itself. Anyway, I've had a lot of fun doing this. I was fired from my first 2 corporate jobs. I've been on my own ever since. And I've learned a lot about life, money, business, and all of that good stuff. So I'm really having fun, and I'm having a lot of fun with TEDx Dupree Park.
Well, we are having a wonderful time. It's so amazing to be part of the team, and you're just so integrated into the Woodstock community. You're part of Toastmasters and different networking groups.
Yeah.
What motivates you to be such an integral part of the community?
Well, that's kind of a long question, but I'm a left brain introvert. And particularly starting this new business, financial advising and talking to people on a deeper level, and also speaking and writing, it was a skill set that I really didn't have. And Toastmasters was very instrumental in helping me learn how to tell a story and how to present myself, how to speak. Getting to know Steve, same kind of thing. I've learned so much from him on not being so left-brained and not being so tunnel-visioned. So a lot of things have kind of come together to help get me where I am. But the bottom line, myself and I think everyone involved here, we are curious people. We are lifelong learners, and we like to experience new things. We like to live life. We like to make the most of all of the abundances that we have on this planet Earth.
Well, that's certainly true. I know in your spare time, you are spending a lot of time with the ponies. Tell us a little bit about what your real love is there, Mike.
Well, I got to say, I learned how to play polo about 7 years ago, and it's just been an awesome activity. And it kind of goes back to the same thing of you're never too old to learn something new. And it's been a wonderful sport. The camaraderie, the competitiveness, the friendships that I've made playing polo. I will say we're not allowed to play because of social distancing. Some people may or may not know, but polo is a contact sport. And we're going to try and figure out a way to play without having quite so much contact. Hopefully we'll be able to play Sunday or in the next week or so, but we're able to go out and ride. I'm part of a beautiful community in Cherokee County called Chucker Farm, and it's got a polo field. It's got some terrific people, and I own a horse, and we just go out, we ride, and we practice, and we have a lot of fun. It's my stress reliever. I can tell you, when I'm on the polo field, practicing or playing, I'm not thinking about work. I'm not thinking about coronavirus. I'm not thinking about a lot of the substantial issues that all of us are dealing with right now.
Yeah, I see the pictures that you post, and it just looks so pleasant. The scenes
That's
of
great.
Mountain Park, your home, and
Yeah.
the horses and such. So it's
I really love Cherokee County. And again, the city of Woodstock has got an energy that I wanted to try and tap into and help promote. And that's part of my reason for working with Steve to get TEDx Dupree Park up and working, and to let others have a window view on the great things that we have here in North Georgia.
Yes, very good. Well, I do see that Julie is out there, but it doesn't look like things are working right with her camera right now. So we're going to wrap it up. Mike, what would you like to leave folks with? What thoughts can you share as far as we're leaving our TEDx Dupree Park TV, first ever world premiere of our TV show, where we're going to be able to showcase our speakers and our sponsors, our coaches, our team members? What would you like to share with people as we go?
People, you need to get involved. I got to tell you, we have a lot of energy. I've used this metaphor before, but we have a snowball. It's rolling. We're picking up community. We're picking up sponsors. We're picking up volunteers. It's so utterly engaging and enlightening for me to be a part of this community, to be a part of TEDx Dupree Park, to get to know the people that we're working with on the team, on our speakers, on our speaker coaches. The whole kit and caboodle has been a terrific opportunity for me, and I'm very pleased to be a part of it. I'm learning new stuff every day. Get involved with us. I promise you will not be disappointed. We are looking still for sponsors. It's a great opportunity for you to get involved and help promote your community, your neighborhood, and your brand message. Imagine your name and TED connected. Would that be helpful for you?
Well, that's a great point. And while we are looking for sponsors there in the immediate Woodstock community, one of the beautiful things about doing this globally now, as well as when the TEDx videos go to the TEDx YouTube website, people around the world are going to see them. So I definitely think it's an opportunity for global brands to plug in and support our TEDx. It's our very first time. We have 20 amazing speakers that are going to be on our stage. And it's just, things are being done right for this one. I know when I talk to other organizers, they're pretty amazed at the progress that we've already made as a very first time out, first year event. And it would have been a fantastic event if it had been able to go on in May here. And I know it's going to be even more amazing since we're going to have it later. And so thank you, Mike, so much for being here. Thank you for your leadership and your support of the community, as well as our TEDx Dupree Park. Final words?
Yeah, I just want to piggyback on what you said. One of the things that we spent a lot of time on is our video production, post-production, editing, that type of stuff. We want to reach the TED stage. We want to reach the world, and we want to spread our message. And it's a great opportunity for local, regional, national, and global companies to get involved with a brand that is arguably one of the most respected brands on planet Earth. So there's a lot of good things that we're doing behind the scenes that you may not know about readily, but we've got an awesome program put together, and we have an awesome team. We're gonna blow the doors off of Woodstock.
Yes, Woodstock, get ready. You haven't seen anything like this before.
Wrap your seatbelts tight.
All right, Mike. Well, thank you so much. I'm going to pull you back into the waiting room here for just a second. I'd like to say thank you guys so much for joining us here on our world premiere of TEDxDupreeParkTV. If you like this, let us know. And if you have experts that you'd like to see featured here, we'll be working them in along with our speakers and our coaches, our team members, our sponsors, but we'll be working in some global experts as well. If there's somebody you think we should hear from, please put it in the comments or otherwise send me a message on Facebook is a good place to reach me. You can see my information right here, facebook.com/Gina Carr, as well as ginacarr.com. You can reach me there. I'd like to thank our producer today, Marcey Walsh. Let's give Marcey a big hand. She's been in the background, making sure things are running well and trying to get everybody here on time and in the right spot and making sure that everything's working well. So with that, I'd like to say, I hate to sign off. We're having so much fun. I don't even want to leave here, but I guess we will, because on to other things and back to more Zooming and Facebook Living and all those kind of things that are going on in my world as well as yours. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And with that, go seed some greatness.